Welcome back, League fans. Game 2 is a clash of Academy Titans with Cloud9 versus Team Liquid. Excuse me while I fix this. Well, Cloud9 stumbled yesterday against FlyQuest. They are still among some of the most, one of the most consistent teams coming into Academy now.
Yeah, I think generally speaking, Cloud9 has looked a lot more coordinated than a lot of the Academy squads, which has led to a lot of their victories. But today, what I want to focus on is the mid lane matchup of Golden Glue against Mickey. Golden Glue has been kind of the perennial gatekeeper, and if you can't beat him, then you're going to have a tough time in the LCS. Mickey is a guy who looks like he's smurfing in the LCS, Academy League right now. So both these guys are very hungry to get back into the LCS. Golden Glue wants to prove it against Mickey. Mickey wants to prove it against Golden Glue. So this is a great opportunity for both of them to prove themselves.
Pretty good as Azir's. Corki now coming back to the mix is a great mainstay for both of the players. So we'll have to see. You've met the mid laners. Now let's introduce the rest of the squad. On the blue side, it's Cloud9. That means in the top lane, it is Shiro, previously League. Wiggly in the jungle. Golden Glue in mid. Keith at bot lane. And Zazel and his beard at support.
Two different people. Over on the red side, it's Team Liquid. In the top lane, the carry god Viper, jungle hard, mid lane Mickey, and in the bot lane Shoryu and Joey.
Joey in the bot lane.
Joey.
He's a little kangaroo. Hopping around, saving people, doing things. Actually had a little time on LCS, unlike a few other players in the league. So that's always feels nice. You can kind of look to him for that and the kind of structure and confidence of being on a stage in any situational moment. Be like, hey, Joey.
Yeah, it's weird. They have this combination of like LCK veteran Mickey, Viper, and a solo queue legend. Like it's a very surprising mix of players that has been working out in Academy thus far.
We'll see if it works out today. Cloud9 Academy versus TL Academy. You can see 5-2 at 6-1 on their score lines. Saya and Zoe to start things off. Pretty deja vu. I think we're gonna get out of picks and bans here today.
A little bit more AD carry focus, though, surprisingly.
Start off. Right?
Yeah, last game didn't have too many AD carry bans. I think there was only in the second rotation. Here, Zaya and Tristan
now they're just getting
off already. And the Team Liquid Academy's like, you want to play this game? We can play this game, too. Here we go. So they got the Kog'Maw ban.
A few more.
Cassio throwing that Kalista real quick. See if they do it. The Cassio ban's a little surprising against Mickey. He does play a lot of stuff. He's shown up pretty well in the Galio, Azir as well. So the Cassio is a little surprising. Might be a bit of a throwaway ban where once Team Liquid starts pinching AD carries as well, C9's like, all right, we don't want to pinch every AD carry, so.
Golden Glue loves Galio.
Golden Galio.
Golden Galio. Maybe it's the throwaway ban to make sure they can get something.
Good try, Rivet.
Okay. Crap.
It's going to be a Rise.
Super good at my job. Rise going to be locked in first here for Cloud9 Academy. Keeping it safe, keeping it strong.
Yep. Rise is a champion that's still very powerful despite the minor changes that came in with 8.2, and the minion aggro did not end up mattering too much at all for him. And then here, TL responds instantly with the Camille, a very powerful carry champion left up. And like we were saying, Viper played that yesterday to pretty good results, so no surprise to see them grab what is the premier carry champion in the top lane.
I know he likes Riven, but I'd love to see, sorry, that's Viper. I was going to see it. I'd love to see Shiro play the Fiora on the other side in that matchup. All the volatility to the top side.
I mean, Shiro does play a fair amount of carry, so we could be in for a treat up there if they decide to go with that.
Jarvan Ezreal, keeping it jumpy. A lot of movement here from Cloud9 Academy to get in and out of these fights.
The Ezreal, despite the nerfs, still seeing play right now. Pretty good champion for just that unfocus on the ball lane. He says, I'm going to farm, you're going to farm, we're both going to have a great old time.
Yeah.
Don't bother with us down here too much. So it wouldn't be a surprise to see both teams kind of go for a very top lane focused game plan with the Camille already locked in. The Azir looking like it's coming in for Mickey. So maybe the top half of the map is where most of that action takes place early on.
Yeah, very true. Gnar will be the ban to make sure Shiro cannot use that.
That's a little bit surprising.
Another form of initiation.
Because generally speaking, Camille is considered a counter pick in Gnar. Not the easiest counter pick in the world, but still one that Camille should want to play, so I'm surprised to see TL ban that one away. Looks like it's surprised C9 too. They're like, what?
Wait a minute. Thanks for the ban.
They go with the Kalista, as that is one of the mismatched roles right now. So,
5 AD carries.
Yep, 5 AD carries. Might see a 6, though I'm not sure what you're starting to look at banning after all that. Kog'Maw, Kalista, Varus, Tristana, Zaya, all gone. GP now on the top side as well.
One more.
Yeah, throw one more down in there.
Vayne, Twitch.
Yeah, Vayne, Twitch,
Something.
Jin, why
Zip.
not? Yeah,
Jin,
Zipper's
yeah.
actually seen some play. That's a better recommendation than Jin. Oh,
Caitlyn, oh, God.
How can we
This
forget?
has been a bad Champions League.
I mean, we're still woozy from the last game, right?
It ended? Oh, let's see what they have now for second phase of picks. 6 AD carries. 6 bot laners on the bench for this game. What do you get? One, you get a Taric, and then you say, you can pick Shoryu. You can counter the entire composition. Not something you usually see. That's usually a top laner or a mid laner for Red Side.
Yeah, we'll have to see what they choose to do. C9 will reveal. The Gnar and GP are two of the most common champions in the current meta, and we've seen Shiro play a lot of Gnar, so I can understand maybe that's just a comfort thing. Camille is also okay into GP, but not fantastic, so you just don't want to lose that scaling team fight advantage. Take that one off the board, and it's an Akali. Hey-oh!
Yes!
You were asking for a carry versus carry matchup, Riv, you're getting it.
Let's go. Very interesting. So, I guess when you actually get ulted with Hextech Ultimatum, you can kind of just warp out for a moment. You don't leave it, but you are invisible for the attack.
Yeah, I mean, you're mostly going to be fine.
Huh.
Camille's going to use her W, sweeping, trying to hit you, and then maybe if she has a TMS, she can proc that, but otherwise, you're going to be safe from that ultimatum for the rest of the time. Interestingly, as we see the Vayne come in, somehow, you know, that's not the focus of Champ Select. A lot of carry champions. I feel like every time TL Academy we're casting them, it's like, well, that's a Champ Select. Every single time you're just stunned at what comes out.
There we go.
And yeah, despite, you know, how much carry potential there is, there's not much support. You know, usually when you see these kind of crazy side lane matchups, like there's a Galio in the mid lane, and this team's got an Orianna and this kind of stuff. You know, the most you have here is the Ryze who can teleport up to join in. So this is going to be a game without too much influence from the global play. There's just not that many globals available. So if the Camille gets ahead, if the Akali gets ahead, they might stay ahead for the rest of this game.
All right, we are heading on to the Rift for Game 2 of Week 4, Day 2. See the compositions. Pretty angry on the side of TL Academy. They can take basically any fight they want, but that's what we wanted. Same thing coming into the side of C9 Academy. That Akali left for last pick here. We'll see how it does against Viper's Camille.
Yeah, I mean, it's somewhat of a good pick here in the sense that there's not too much point-and-click lockdown CC on the side of Team Liquid Academy. You're maybe concerned if you go in about the Camille locking you down, but like you said, you have that Shroud to try and survive in there. The Sejuani can CC you, but there's not quite something where it's Alistar pull when you go in. That kind of really annoying stuff that doesn't require any targeting to actually interrupt your combos. So, not quite sure. Also, going with the Electrocute. Jat and I have been spending a lot of time recently theory crafting who can possibly use Fleet Footwork just because we love that rune and its AP scaling. We were thinking about maybe Akali as a champion that likes to stay in a fight for a long time, can benefit from the healing, has 80 and AP ratios, but
interesting.
Alas, it is not Fleet Footwork. It is Electrocute, which is honestly not a surprise. Akali generally wants to delete somebody, and that is much more effective of a rune choice for that.
Yeah, quick, big hits. Or I should say small hits, but consecutive. You're able to continuously hit that. Blood Moon towards the top side for Shiro this game. First pick to the Academy League for himself. Over onto Cloud9. Good things for the team.
And there's a 3-man blue buff invade on TLA. Spotted out by the bot side, but they're not going to try and contest it at all. Wiggly will get that one for free. And we're going to potentially get a fair amount of vertical jungling here as Wiggly is staying in that jungle there. Going for that hard. Can go up and work on the enemy blue buff. And this is always a strange situation to play out as a laner if you're not familiar with. You just need to understand that you have to be concerned of getting ganked at every possible moment from here on out. There's already a ward down by Shiro in that river to make sure that he's safe in case hard goes over to that side of the map. But that will time out eventually, and you're going to be up alone for a long period of time.
And what a difference in health that they have in their pathing as well. See, Hard won't even be ganking right now, but if he wants, Wiggly could get into that mid lane for a level 2 here. Level 3, actually, as he cleared out that bottom side of the camp. Possible flash here blown from Mickey, but that vertical jungling as well saves the side with Hard towards the top.
And Hard knows that he's coming over now, does have Smite. He'll be able to secure this. Blue buff away, he's got to be a little careful, but the Camille has pressure up on the top side. Wiggly
Just
had
got
no
it.
smite, trying to chase him out of there.
Assault! And easily over the wall. Hops to his Krugs. But that does give Wiggly and, I should say, both teams a little bit of an idea where the junglers are. At this point in the map, you would generally know they're switching sides.
But it's still
Good to have it.
a really big advantage for Wiggly.
Yep.
He started in the enemy team side. He got all 3 camps on the bot side of the jungle and then went up to the top side. So even though he loses his blue, he still gets 2 sides
Everything
of Gromp
else.
and Wolves. So maybe Hard made a mistake after losing his red buff. He should have gone over right away, start going for those instead of going for the Raptors. So maybe a bit of a pathing error there on the side of Hard, as Wiggly should end up fairly far ahead after completing his first clear here. He's actually going to go back right now, start cashing in on some of those items, gets his Tracker's Knife right away.
We're going to see what happens when these stopwatches come up. Wiggly has one in his inventory, and a Jarvan dive on somebody would be pretty grand if you could get a quick kill in. Maybe towards Viper on the top side of the map.
Yeah, I like how those guys don't bring stopwatches. Passionate about that.
Slam it down. So same on the other side though. Shoryu and Joey can get a quick fake out with theirs as Hard clears the bot side and makes it just a little bit safer to fight another day. Let's see if he can find any eyes on Wiggly. Doesn't decide to go for Krugs. Feels like it's out of reach at the moment.
Yep, just getting some vision control down there, making sure Wiggly can't find an angle. Jarvan is generally considered the superior ganker pre-6 over the Sejuani, so Sejuani's hovering the lanes a little bit more. You see that XP advantage that Wiggly has right now, already level 4. Hard's camps are just starting to come up, so he's going to get those out. And they're going to see Wiggly. He's going to clear that ward. And there's the zombie ward passive.
So good. Scryers bloomed through, allowed them to know there's not too many wards here. And wow, quick vision to just say Hard, are you having a good time? And they give him some trouble.
And that's the advantage of the XP lead that he has, as well as the fact that he stole this camp away, so he knows exactly when it comes up. They go to contest it as an entire team, but this is going to get a team fight started out.
Golden Glue in a very weird spot here, but Wiggly's behind, and they instantly pinch Harden. He gets a quick shield, gets himself to safety, and now they will get Zazel in the middle of the fight. Does Joey have enough? He does not. I was just to say Zazel has enough to get a pulverize in, and Joey gets out.
Everyone gets out somehow. I thought for sure a Hard was going to go
Very
down
weird.
there.
Well, there's no, it's like tears on Coles, on no damage yet. Everybody's just kind of swinging with hands open.
Yeah, Hard has to evacuate his bot side of the jungle. Still a lot of vision around there, and also knows that, generally speaking, C9 won that fight from an HP perspective, so no sense going down there. Surprisingly, Wiggly not actually going to go for that Wolf camp, as Golden Glue wants to recall out. In a very scrappy fight early on.
That's what I'd like to see. I was just about to mention 2 tiers on the side of C9 Academy, a call for Shoryu. We could have a long laning phase here as they start going at it immediately.
Small gold lead now for C9. Mostly off the back of the bot lane here. Big gold lead down there. And actually Hard has catapulted himself back up to the top side, or gold lead, excuse me, for the junglers. Has 2 Raptor camps in his back pocket. That's why, most likely.
He's going to keep going. This is bread and butter right now, as he knows he's probably going to find Wiggly on other sides of the map. He will hit the Krugs up if they have just spawned recently.
He has to be careful, though, because the blue buff has respawned, or is about to respawn, and there's still a ton of vision down this bot side. So C9 Academy is more than aware that Hard is not in there right now, and they can go for this blue buff steal right away. You see them going for it here.
Oh, wow, nice transfer as well with mid lane pushed up. Mickey can't even answer that with bot lane, and they even get a small roam from Zazel, so nice timing, as you were saying there by C9.
Yeah, this is one of the knock-on effects of when you have your first clear end up with 2 buffs taken on one side of the map at the same time. That means they respawn at the same time. The jungler can only be in one of the 2. And when it's a blue buff that you have to sacrifice, it feels extra bad on the side of Team Liquid Academy, because now Golden Glue is going to have that advantage, this push priority for probably the next couple minutes of the game. He can start using his ultimate to roam around, and they're not even going to be able to get the blue buff on the other side, as TLA is going to have to sack that one.
Yep, we also see Zazel with the roam up. They've pink warded on the Pixel Brush of Baron. He just had Shiro walk back and ward blue, so they're absolutely looking to deny Hard if he tries to get in for that again. Great control over kind of being in the mind of Team Liquid Academy, what they may want next. Quick
a lot of
hits.
scrapping in the top side.
Back and forth. Last hit, not under the turret. Quick wall jump, and that's kind of the visibility in the shroud we're looking for.
Aftershock Camille, another change that Freak will be happy about. I was talking with him about win rates on champions with different runes, and in top lane, Camille actually is significantly more powerful with the Aftershock rune, has about a 4% increase in her win rate from about 50% to 54%. So yes, top laners, you may not be living your rune choice fantasy of damage, but it is, generally speaking, the optimal rune choice for Camille.
See how he damages in that. Viper always obviously playing for one of the more aggressive skill sets if he can handle it. And he have found it in this one. We'll see how it plays out. 12.4 to 13.2 with Cloud9 Academy slightly in the lead, and Golden Glue face checking just a little bit. That's going to cost him his life. First blood over to Mickey, and that's just unfortunate.
Yeah, there was so much vision down that bot side for so long. It feels like maybe Golden Glue got a little lax in his threat assessment down there, and they find a kill, but Zazel wants to answer back.
True shot barrage damage already went through, so the follow-up really wasn't staved off that much. Joey looking tanky now as they get a few heals in. Cosmic Radiance not there, and that may have triggered the fight coming in from Cloud9. Wiggly right onto Hard as soon as he tries to get into the fight. A beautiful counter. Now the top laners come in. Shoryu gets stuck in the Cataclysm. Forced to flash, and that only spells scary for a Vayne as the game goes on. Joey's going to go down to the hands of Golden Glue. He comes back from the grave to get a kill for himself as Viper is now in a bad spot. The Realm Warp would be there, but I don't know if he's going to make it in time. The slow from the kick is there, and he's rooted. A little sniper range on that Room Prison, and they do pick up Viper for his troubles.
Surprisingly, a good fight there for Cloud9 Academy.
Yeah.
After losing their mid laner, you're concerned that Team Liquid Academy will be able to collapse on a bot lane fight first. Mickey doesn't come right away, giving time for Golden Glue to respawn and come back up. And there's the pickoff to start things out. Golden Glue just face checking, gets killed out there. And then that's why it's surprising to see this fight start off. Golden Glue had pushed his wave prior to that, so Mickey decides it's more important to get the push going in the mid lane. Right as Zazel starts this fight off, it's going to go well for the side of C9 Academy, but Hard starts wrapping around. Zazel looks like he's going to get low. That stun just barely misses, and then they don't quite know Wiggly's around the corner here, so Hard starts getting soloed out, and then Shoryu gets a little too close to him through the pathing around the minions. He gets trapped into the Cataclysm as well, tries to kite out to the reinforcements that are coming down, but that leaves Joey up on the top side. Dively. Golden Glue who teleported back in, and then Wiggly trying to get out, can't quite do it.
Wiggly getting that little pop-up flash, making sure he stops Viper in his tracks. Flash forward, that's how Golden Glue got there. There was so much going on. But what a long fight. You could even see the top laners at one point. The fight had started, gone back and forth, and everybody was like, actually, yeah, we can teleport to this. So they didn't realize the fight was going to be going that long.
Yeah, one of those 2v2s that somehow ends up a 5v5.
And that's what, again, tiers or not, we are getting some great fights in the early game here. 11 minutes in, already 4.
And this is why a lot of people consider the fact that C9 Academy is probably the best coordinated team in Academy, like we were saying. Just the early game
already
jungle game plan and the unrelenting pressure on the bot side.
That's great. The glasses go on. Is it enough? Keith in a scary spot took the toe-to-toe fight. May have lost that 1v1, but knew his team was there. As Shiro tries to dance it around here. Frees the crowd. It looks like he's trying to figure out which one's going to take him home.
Yeah, they do get the trade kill back, but it's much better for the side of Cloud9 Academy as they grab a turret on the back end of their fight, up to a 3,000 gold lead. Very impressive show thus far for Cloud9. All kind of off the back of that early bot side control. It just hasn't let up at all.
Oh man, I thought that was hard for some reason. I was like, Keith, what are you doing? You're going down. They pick up the Ocean Drake. That'll actually be fantastic. Wiggly's been really in the face of Hard. He can stay sustained a little bit more throughout these invades. As the top turret gets grabbed, a good answer from Team Liquid Academy to scoop up that global gold. Oh wow, the buff control has been crazy for Cloud9 though. That must be really sad for Mickey and Hard throughout this early part of the game.
Would have been pretty sad. Very sad for Shoryu, that Vayne pick not working out. Getting dove under the turret after getting poked low. Tries, I think it's a good decision to ignore the backline collapse that's coming in and use that Taric ultimate to try and solo out the Ezreal, but not enough damage at this point in the game. And then a nice bait to get Shiro here. Does have his flash up. maybe could have tried to kite this one out a little bit, but tries to go back on the Viper instead. Not even close. Probably would have died either way, so good to hold on to that Flash Summoner in case you need it another time.
I actually like that interaction. I haven't seen the Akali Camille matchup as much, but the tactical sweep, you jump on her after that, it's kind of a loss of damage. You can actually get in the middle of the tactical sweep from where it puts Akali, so interesting to see how that works out. 1-1 for both of those top laners. But the Gunblade is finished. You may see a little bit more aggression coming out of Shiro. Lanes have swapped, however, so he may get a little bit more aggression in the split push now.
Yeah, he's got that long lane to work with. Like you said, haven't seen too much of this matchup, so I don't know the exact power spike timings. But I got to imagine Gunblade is a pretty big one against Camille, who just has components right now.
Yep, we'll see. Especially since it's such like a guerrilla warfare tactic. You're in, you're out, they can't find you. If you're running by the brush, you get even more distance to play with. In and out. Zeyzal gets knocked back very quickly from the Condemn, and that means Keith wants to stay a little bit longer since they can't get pushed around. Wiggly says, the turret's on me, AKA Salami. He stays safe. There's the Cosmic Radiance going down. Joey falls once again in C9. Deja vu from bot lane to top lane. They keep Zeyzal alive as well in the play. And that is unfortunate for Team Liquid Academy. They're trying to activate the correct counters, and it looks good, but they're just not coming up with the kills.
Yeah, the big problem with Vayne, generally speaking, competitive plays, her inability to push out waves and avoid situations like that. The minion waves are always pushing under her turret. She's always pinned up against the wall, and they tried to survive there. It looked like it might actually turn around once the stopwatch came in, but Joey did not have a link on her, couldn't drop his ultimate in time, so they're able to burst her through that. It's kind of thing where maybe they could have played it more defensive if Joey started channeling his ultimate right away, so when Vayne comes out of the stopwatch, he can join in on his ultimate. But either way, it doesn't quite work out. And now C9 Academy with a 4,000 gold.
It is interesting. You wonder how much teams kind of coordinate those things. Like, of course, like your relic shield, my relic, or lock it, yours, mine kind of thing is maybe discussed, or maybe they just activate them all together. But it's like, when do you kind of not counter your teammate with what you're doing? Do you zone use the entire Cosmic Radiance?
Yeah,
it's interesting.
Taking a look at it, stun misses onto Keith. Maybe a little too aggressive trying to contest vision here by the side of Team Liquid Academy's bot lane. They get jumped on, Joey starts getting very low. He has to back away from Shoryu. Ooh, Heather breaks, so he doesn't have the ultimate drop on him, but he could just start channeling it and just run forward here to try and keep him alive. Tries dropping it now, a little bit too late. Not 100% sure if the cooldown was up, actually. Wasn't quite tracking that one, but either way, Cloud9 Academy continuing to punish this Vayne tech early on. The 6 bans that came in, looking like they're working out so far.
Absolutely. Pretty funny there for a second. Wiggly couldn't get to the back of the Rift Herald. Hitting against the wall, but they will pick it up. Cloud9 basically make mincemeat of the mid lane if that's what they choose to do, and open up the 3 outer turrets. It will go to Wiggly, so I do figure he will sometime put it out in the mid. Shiro, 132 to 116, but Viper has been also receiving a bit of pressure from Hard there to help out that lane. So not doing too bad for himself. He also was able to, with Cloud9's advantage, switch lanes and CS a little bit faster. So that's where his leads come from. There's the mid lane, and there it goes.
Shelly does her job, knocks the turret down. Third one of the game. All outers broken now for Cloud9 Academy. And it's looking pretty good for them. I mean, there's not a great team fight on the side of Team Liquid Academy once they start falling behind. You do have Mickey, who's scary. Hold on, Hard wants to go.
Nice little double stop on the back. Joey over the wall, along with Mickey. Zeyzal's gonna go in there and say, if I can crowd control you, you can't do the damage. Does he give his life up for a big fight? 3-man Cataclysm, 4-man as they get into the fight. Joey's low, but here comes Viper. Shiro's on the backside now focused as they lose Hard. They lose Mickey immediately, and Team Liquid Academy take a fight they do not want.
Oh, Viper,
he'll be
able to get out, but a huge 4-for-0 by Cloud9 Academy that was started by Team Liquid. They were trying to catch people with their recalls, thought that they could get an odd man fight, but the rest of Cloud9 reacted very quickly.
That was a pretty snap judgment too. They said, okay, fight, you want to fight? We are fighting.
Yeah, and I mean, that's the nice thing about having an Alistar as a support. Yeah,
that's true.
Usually you try and find pickoffs onto the weakest member, but he's got an ultimate that makes him pretty tanky, so.
They use a lot to take him down, which in turn.
Yeah, so they're dropping all this damage onto Zeyzal. They don't even kill him that quickly at all. finally finish him off. But at this point, everyone else has collapsed in. He had a big 3-man stun. 4-man Jarvan ultimate. Rai starts getting in there. Keith's there. Shiro's even collapsed. So a nice idea by Team Liquid, but you can't quite do that to the support when he's in Alistar.
This team of Cloud9 as well, you want to focus one person and they just start jumping around everywhere. They lock you down and run away. So slippery. We saw that in the catch as well they used to take down the rest of the members of Team Liquid Academy. Mountain Drake up with a Baron in 1 minute and 40 seconds.
We'll have to see once that Baron comes up if Cloud9 can close the game a little faster than Team Liquid. There isn't a 0 on the end of the team. It could be scary, really.
He can hold forever. He doesn't have a Nunu. It's super clear.
Yeah, and there's also a Vayne and a Camille. Pretty different team comp overall.
Sorry. You're like, Static Shiv, I need wave clear right now. Must get. It's like you would get it, but holy moly, does he need to keep minions off the turret at this point. 9-3, and Zeyzal has not hesitated, and neither has Wiggly to start these fights.
No, and you see just how aggressive they're playing, keeping this vision up in the bot side. 0-0-9.
9 assists, 9 kills.
100% kill participation.
Wiggly is on point today. Let's see if they can make it happen in the bot side. Oh, for the wall! And there's Viper. He gets himself hit back, up, down, and all around as they play ping pong with the Camille from the top lane. That's going to be 10 kills, and that one actually went to Wiggly.
Zeyzal's Alistar is so dirty.
Nuts.
He'll come from any angle, anywhere, anytime to find you and get some kills, and now Wiggly wants to go.
Beautiful job there, bouncing back to Tarek as well. Dazzle didn't hit as many targets. They're onto hard now, and he's going down just like his name. 12-3, 20 minutes on the clock. Not even. The base is broken. Wow.
Huge bounce back by Cloud9 after losing yesterday. Team Liquid Academy had ended up in sole possession in the first place, but it's looking like it's going to be a tie once again with how aggressive Cloud9 is playing.
I mean, this is, to say it's TLA's bread and butter feels weird. Nobody wants to be behind, but this is where this team comes back from as well. TLA knows what to do in these tight situations, but at this speed, you still question.
Yeah, absolutely. It's not where they quite want to be at all. Zeyzal starts that fight out with a nice dive. And then they're trying to defend this turret with a 3-man. Vayne's recalling up from the top side, so they just say, hey, let's go. Of course, nice find onto Mickey, who was just slightly too far forward. He's able to get out, but the rest of the team is going to go down from trying to protect him to get those next 2 kills and the inhibitor after all that.
Spicy. Definitely a moment where they don't even need to look at Baron right now, unless they have Team Liquid Academy pushed into their base. They have warded it. Keeping the fundamentals down is always good.
We tried the 6 Baron strat last game. Maybe they go for the 0 Baron one here. And like you said, Team Liquid Academy has come back from a lot of games this split, but
that they do.
This one's looking particularly dire. 10,000 gold lead nearly 20 minutes into the game.
That's insane. They're also losing all of their resources and not even heavily getting pushed in. Last game we saw that minions were flowing in top, bottom. It kind of made Clutch a little bit stronger as they were able to absorb it, but Cloud9 has basically control of everything, and there goes Baron, 21-15 into the game.
Yeah, it's one of those situations where Cloud9 trying to look smart, trying to look cute, teleport into the Baron pit from mid lane. Alistar on zoning duty, and it's like, dude, no one is close to you. Like, this is free. I appreciate the effort.
Never break win condition.
Yeah.
2-man bop up. Joey wanted to stay out of it. Cosmic Radiance only goes down on the 3 members, but it could be good for Mickey on the other side of the fight to use them as a shield. Cloud9 doesn't initiate all the way, just going back and forth as they jockey for position and continue to win those small fights. Bot, mid, now top as they take the turrets down one after the other.
A nice try overall by Cloud9, but they don't need to pick offs. They still have pressure in the mid and top lane, so they back out of that fight. Zeyzal's very low, doesn't have ultimate, so he needs to be very careful here, but they are so far ahead. Looks like they're going to be able to take these inhibitor turrets down very easily.
Inhibitors won't be too long for this world either. Mid lane's already pushing in. Control over the waves, control over the objectives, the 2 they got to take at this point. Dragon's not even going to be up at this point, so they are going for the base, and 3 inhibitors down, sub 25 minutes. Change of pace.
Yeah, this is a very different game. Cloud9 Academy gonna go back, gonna reset real quick. Use the last of their Baron buff recalls after they grab this blue buff. And then they're in such a strong position. TLA does not have great wave clear. They can easily just ride these super minions into the base, sit on top of these Nexus turrets, and probably close this out in the next minute or two.
And it all cascaded from that bot lane. I mean, even from Champion Select, as you were mentioning again before, all those AD carry bans, a little bit of a fight in the bot lane, started off by Zazel and Keith saying, Tarek's not 6, let's try to hit it. And then the party. That favored Cloud9 so much, and they've been able to use that advantage.
Yep. Very, very intelligent game planning out of them, as well as the cycling on the bot side jungle where they start down there.
Right,
they
the early
contest,
start.
They contest the second spawn of the wolves. They contest the second spawn of the blue buff.
Good point.
And during all that time, like you said, the fact that they have that winning bot lane as well, they're able to force some action down there. So just great, great game plan and execution by Cloud9 to snowball this one wide open, despite the fact that we had Camille versus Akali in the top lane.
Didn't actually get to see too much of it. I don't think we can draw too much from this game, unfortunately, in that matchup. But Shiro is having a good time. We know that. 1-0-11 as we take stock once again of Wiggly's score. Still full kill participation as he is having a hell of a game. What a Jarvan play from him. They're going to be onto the Nexus turrets very, very soon as that top wave crashes in.
Yep.
And
double super minion Baron buffed up push here. Very hard to wave clear, and they're pulling the trigger to go.
Glacial Prison onto Wiggly. He's pretty big. Oh my, where did their health go? Sorry, going down fast. The Cosmic Radiance isn't even going to be quick enough as they all lose their health bars immediately. Another beautiful Cataclysm coming in from Wiggly as he helps to lock down the team fight. The Nexus turrets are falling. And looking at 25 minutes into this game, the minions on the fountain. Oh my word, the VM is spicy.
The ride.
And they are going to be taking the Nexus turret down 17-4. Cloud9 Academy over Team Liquid.
Showing everyone how it's done, how you snowball a game in this current meta. Great jungle control, great bot lane pressure, and then unrelenting aggression after that. Zazel constantly looking for flank attempts and finding them to be able to blow this game wide open.
That was insane. The thing about these kind of games is it feels good to win it, but you can't really take much from these games. They just happen. You feel good, and you hope you can do it again. We'll look at a replay from 17 minutes in here where Cloud9 was actually starting to turn this fight around. And you think, oh, it's going to be great for TLA.
But you're on an Alistar. He's able to get his ultimate off, taking a lot of damage. Gets a nice 3-man ultimate, and during this time, slowly, Cloud9's collapsing. Shiro finishes the teleport. Golden Glue gets in range here. They're wrapping around, and that 4-man Cataclysm makes sure that no one can get out as they complete that pincer. And then they start finishing off the carries of Team Liquid Academy, and that was kind of their last stand in some regards. Yes, there's plenty of game time left, but after that goes wrong, there's really not much hope of winning a fight after that.
Is there anything you can kind of do other than go for broke and lose even more in those games? Waited out is kind of not an option there.
No.
You're just getting pushed in so fast.
Yeah, it's not quite the same comp that we saw last game for Clutch Gaming, where they have multiple carries who are going to be decent in the late game. Here, they have a hard time.
Yeah.
You only really have the Azir, and the enemy team is not waiting this time around. The Alistar is constantly finding opportunities, and they have so many tools for diving in with the Akali and the J4.
Let's take a look at the final fight of the game. Just minions crashing into the base along with Cloud9 from the top side. They cycle to the bot, and they think they can get Wiggly from the side of TL, but they can't.
Yeah, they drop him down very low. Looks like they do get the kill, but at the cost of their entire team.
Right.
Shoryu gets blown up. Golden Glue doing so much damage. He's forced out of the base. Mickey tries to get out, not quite able to do so. And there you see everyone down but Joey, and they say, 4 kills isn't enough. We need 1 more.
We're going in!
Take the minions in, use them to tank the aggro of the laser, and then you can just run out for free.
Absolutely insane. Well, to hear more about that victory, I'd like to welcome Shiro to the broadcast via Skype. Shiro, welcome and congratulations on the victory.
Thank you.
So coming into the game, was kind of Akali going to be the choice? It seemed like Champion Select was to take the 80 carries out. Were you still just going to be on Akali?
Most likely, because Akali is a really good counter pick into Camille, and she can win the lane and also be really safe.
So how's it been thus far? You know, this is kind of your rookie debut season on Academy. You came from the scouting grounds. How has the transition kind of into the professional scene been for you?
I think the transition has been really easy for me, because I think everyone on my team likes to or have a lot of experience, and they'll help me out a lot. And the C9 org is like really nice and they value the players a lot. So
That's awesome. Coming into something like this and now having a professional career and something you love, what kind of were your goals once you were accepted onto Cloud9? What do you want to see yourself achieving?
I think I would like to be able to make it to LCS one day, but for now, I think I want to win Academy.
It's pretty good.
Yeah, focus
like
on one
that.
thing at a time.
Exactly.
So just want to get your thoughts on the top lane meta. It's been a bit of a spicy topic amongst the community recently. So are you on the train where you think top lane's this mess? Is it fine? Where do you stand with all that?
I think top lane is really balanced right now, or actually, it's kind of overpowered. Honestly, there's you can blind pick like carries, which is already like really strong. You have a lot of impact on the game, and there's also a lot of champion diversity. There's a lot of champs that you can pick. And I think top lane's pretty good role right now.
Awesome. Well, Shio, congratulations on the win. Thanks for taking a second to join us here on the desk, and best of luck as you guys move forward.
Thank you.
So pretty happy about the win. A man of few words, but he knows what he wants to say, and I think that's what you get out of Macaulay lane, too. You're not going to get too much back and forth in your face. He knows what he's doing.
Yeah, absolutely. See, I also liked his approach. I'm just here to do well in the academy right now. Like, I'm young.
Exactly.
I probably have a long career ahead of me. I'm not rushing into anything.
That's what I
wanna
like.
Focus on academy right away.
That's perfect. And you're going to see probably a lot from that guy. As we said, he was that first pickup, a spot grabbed by Cloud9 to say, hey, we want League. Shiro, League used to be his name, but he's already started to prove pretty well for the top side.
Yep, it was a very impressive story thus far for him.
Yeah.
He was first pick for Cloud9 in the Drake draft. Then they moved up to grab him in the actual
That's true,
draft.
yeah.
And now he's out here performing very well. So great start to his career.
Well, we'll see what he can do. 2 games down now, but we are just getting started. Next up, Optic takes on CLG Academy. Don't go anywhere. Academy slightly in the lead, and Golden Blue face checking just a little bit. That's going to cost him his life. First blood. A beautiful counter. Now the top laners come in. Shoryu gets stuck in the Cataclysm. Forced to flash, and that only spells scary for a Vayne as the game goes on. Joey's low, but here comes Viper. Shiro's on the backside now focused as they lose hard. They lose Mickey immediately. Initial prison onto Wiggly. He's pretty big. Oh my, where did their health go? Shoryu going down fast. The Cosmic Radiance isn't even going to be quick enough as they all lose their health bars immediately.